Yo, what's going on? It's Greg Santos and welcome to the Outlier Circle. If this is your first time joining me here today, what I do is I help isolated outliers who lack a powerful network of mentors and peers, and I help you create a world-class network. And the reality is that you're one relationship away from making that happen. So if that sounds like you, hit that subscribe button below. Also, make sure you hit that bell so you get notified every single time I drop a super hot fire video so you can watch it, you don't miss it, you apply it, and it transforms your life. Now, today I'm going to talk about a concept that I got from a very successful entrepreneur. His name is Dan Sullivan. You should check out his podcast. Talks a lot about business, a lot about marketing. Very successful. I don't know anyone who's probably helped out more entrepreneurs than Dan Sullivan himself. And he has this concept called the 4 habits of referability. Now, this is very powerful, not only in the context of business, but also in the context of forming relationships. And this is something that I apply to myself, and it's so simple, but man, does it really come through. So the first habit of referability is show up on time. Whenever you say that, you don't want to be that person where someone's like, hey, let's meet up at 7:30. And you say, all right, and then 7:35 rolls around and then you show up. I know it sounds like a small difference, but you don't want to be a person who steps over on time. You don't want to be that person where someone says, hey, let's meet up at 8 o'clock tonight, and you show up like at 8:45. You don't want to be the person where they have to say, oh, it starts, where maybe the gathering starts at 8 o'clock, but they have to tell you 7 o'clock because it's going to take you so long to get there. You don't want to be that person. You want to be that person that consistently shows up on time, and you're there, you're ready, you're present, and you don't step over people's boundaries. Because you got to think about it. When it comes to successful people, they realize that their most precious resource that they have is time. I think that's a really big difference between broke people and really successful people, is that successful people realize that they're not going to live forever. They realize that they can die any day. And they've accepted death, whether, like the broke people and people who live in comfort. These people think they have time. They think they have a bunch of time that they could spend wasting, and eventually they're going to get it all situated, right? Now, when you can show respect for someone's most precious resource on the planet, they are going to be very appreciative of you for that. And even showing up 5 minutes early, they're like, man, I really appreciate this person. Every time I give a time, they show up consistently, they're there, and they're present, they're ready to make something happen. So make sure that when you say you're gonna be there for a specific time and you start at a specific time, start exactly on that time. Be a punctual person and stay very strict with that. That's one concept. The second habit of referability is do the things that you say you're gonna do. It sounds so simple. It's very simple. But you say you're gonna do something, actually follow through with that. You see, I've been thinking about this lately. It's pretty crazy, right? Like when you say you're gonna do something, and isn't it crazy? You're like, all right, today I'm going to eat healthy, or today I'm gonna go for a run, or today I'm gonna put this amount of work in the day. And isn't it so crazy how you can say something with certainty in a certain point in time, and then you don't do that? Isn't it crazy how it's actually difficult to do the things that you say you're going to do? So when you say you're gonna do something for somebody, you actually make that happen. Because if you say you're gonna do something, you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't end up getting that done, or whatever it is, you prove yourself to be an unreliable person. And nothing is more frustrating than being around someone who's flaky, than being around someone who's unreliable, being someone that they can't trust. So you want your word to mean everything. When you say that you're gonna show up at 8 o'clock, you show up at 8 o'clock. When you say you're gonna get a project done on a certain day, you get that project done on that day. You make that happen. You follow through with the things you say you're going to do. And that is such a small concept, but it's so powerful because your word is everything. Your word is your bond. And when you can build that reputation of consistently doing what you say you're gonna do, people are like, all right, I know I can trust him because he or she has a track record of making things happen, because they voice it and they show up consistently over time. Okay? The third habit of referability is finish what you start. Finish what you start. You start a project, you finish it to the end. You don't quit, you don't give up. You say, I'm going to do this by this date, and you follow through with it. I remember a few months ago, I was creating a digital course. And I remember I was creating it, and at first it was very fun, and I'm creating scripts for it. And first I laid out all the videos, and then I created scripts for each of the videos, and then I started filming the videos. And then it got to this point where it's like, it was actually a way bigger project than I thought it was. And I started getting to the editing of the videos, and man, I did not want to edit those videos. I really dislike editing videos. And at the time where I'm starting to edit videos, I come across Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi's mastermind course. And I'm like, I'm going to start a mastermind. This sounds amazing. And I put the course on the back burner. I'm like, like that course, I'm going a different direction anyway. I don't need to go I don't want to go to that course. I don't want to finish that course. And I remember I was talking to my brother-in-law, and he's like, dude, like finish the course. He goes, look, you see this mastermind and it's a new shiny object, right? And you got to finish the course first, because you can utilize that for so many different things in the future that that's something you can have, right? But if you don't finish this course, that is going to translate to other things that you do in business. And I think about that, like he's so right, because when I take on other projects, it's because I have that reference of just pushing through and finishing that course. Now in myself and my mind, I see myself as a person that follows through what they're going to say they're going to do and finishes what they start, even if there's something even more exciting. Because after that, I didn't want to put marketing behind it. I just cared about putting all my focus, energy, and attention towards the mastermind. So I finished that really quick. Trust me, I edited those videos real quick. And then I went to the mastermind. It's like, all right, this is all I'm going to focus on. And it's so easy once you're, on your path, on a specific path, you got to be careful, right? Because like, say you have something that you want to do and it's exciting at first, right? It's new, it makes sense. So you start traveling down that road, and now you're like, I want you to imagine like you're in a car, right? And you're on a new road, and you start seeing all these really awesome things, like all this new stuff, and you're like, wow, this is amazing, and you're excited and it feels good, right? But what happens is you travel down that road for X amount of time, and eventually that road just becomes a regular road, right? Like it actually becomes boring, and you zone out, and it's like, and then you start seeing shiny objects, right? You're like, but that road looks so much better. That road looks so much fun. That road looks better than the road that I'm on. And then what do? You go to that next road, and then same thing. You're excited. It looks awesome. You're seeing a bunch of new stuff. And then over time, that road gets boring too. You get used to it. It's the same thing. The road that you're on, you gotta follow through till completion, and then you can start looking at other things. But finish what you start. Finish a project that you start. It's very important, and that says a lot about you, that you follow through what you say you're going to do, and you finish what you start. And it shows that, you have the discipline to complete your projects. And that stands out above the rest of the people. I remember one time I got interviewed for something. I forgot what it was. And she's like, all right, I'm going to post this and blah, 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 blah. And she's like, I got to interview some more people. So she interviewed more people. And she never posted it. Like I wanted to see the interview. It was filmed and everything. And she had gotten discouraged because somebody liked her idea and did something similar in their own way. And I think she gave up because she just felt that, wow, like someone took my original idea and just felt like crap afterwards. And I'm like, where's the thing? Like, wow, okay, well, you're not gonna finish that at least? Like, do it for you. It's not about them. Who cares? So show up on time, do what you say you're gonna do, finish what you start, and the last one is very simple: say please and thank you. Nothing is more annoying than someone who's entitled who feels entitled to something. When you show gratitude for someone taking time to help you out, or when you show that you're really thankful to them and for them, like make them feel important, man, does that bring them closer to you. And who likes, hanging out with an ingrate anyway? Nobody. People like people who are grateful, that gives off like, positive emotions, and you can't go wrong with this. Say please and thank you. No one likes to work with a jerk. No one likes working with an asshole. And like, you want to be someone who's pleasant to be around, pleasant to communicate with. So again, the 4 habits of referability: show up on time, do what you say you're going to do, finish what you start, and say please and thank you. Doing those 4 things will take you so far and help you really form some amazing connections and relationships. If you got some value from this video, hit that subscribe button below. Again, hit that notification bell as well. I am telling you, I've been dropping some super hot fire on this channel. If you want to take what I'm teaching and apply it to your life, I promise you, you're going to start to see your life and your network change dramatically. With that being said, I'm going to see you in the next video. Apply what I taught here today. And in the meantime, make it a great day.